Okay, I made an ultra cryptic puzzle to go with an artwork I made in the lead up to my Nifty Gateway art release of Combination Block, a pun on combination lock. It went super well, so now I just need to do a wrap up explaining what went on behind the scenes if you were following along and participating, just to tie everything in a bow, and then I can move on with my life. I hid an NFT artwork on the blockchain and made a cryptic video about it, and dropped clues for several weeks leading up to a big art drop on Nifty Gateway. Anyone familiar with minting an NFT knows you need an Ethereum wallet, and to secure that wallet, you need a series of words as a passphrase. We call that the seed phrase. So I sent a single seed phrase word to some top crypto creative artists, and I sent the position of those seed words each to a collector of those artists. If you wanted to find the artwork I hid on the blockchain, you'd have to gather all that information together, gain access to the wallet, connect it to OpenSea, and then you would discover the NFT contained within, transfer it, and be crowned the finder. This was done by a user named TumTum2814, discovering my artwork Keystone Block. All the following events and clues took place over 2 to 3 weeks, so they are somewhat in chronological order, but much overlapping occurred. Sometime in Feb 2021, all the seed words and positions delivered to creators and collectors. It's now in their hands. I have no control over what they do with that info. Let the games begin. Currently, the collectors of my work get advanced knowledge of what's about to occur. March 1st, I publicly announced the treasure hunt. The artists with seed words are in the top 100 ranking at cryptoart.io/artist. I begin to get questions from fellow artists why their DMs are getting spammed. Artists you should know: Matt Kane, Giant Swan, Carlos, Marcial. If you ask them nicely, they may plant a seed in the thread. So this was filtering down the possibilities here. The hunters were apparently indeed polite. 2 clues. VonMises or VonMises 14 is a real CryptoPunk, although they only have one artist in their super rare collection. If you were to search VonMises 14 on super rare, his account or her account, you will find only one artwork owned, named Hope, and it was by the artist Xcopy. Some people put Hope down on their list of potential words, but the clue was really revealing an artist who had a word. These might be the busiest artists with a seed: Ferocious, Beeple, Pack. Feel lucky if they respond with a seed in the thread. So these are definitely artists who were busy and unlikely to respond to DMs, but now at least you know they are part of the list. Giant Swan releases a clue. He made an artwork in VR that points to something on the character's tongue, also releasing a lot of puns on Instagram like, "You're going to find things pretty lean around here. There's no point jumping around it either. Just remember to espresso yourself quietly and don't get too baked." The correct word was bean. A couple of established artists that planted seeds in this whole crypto art scene you need to know: Josie Bellini and Coldy. Revealing more names here, Josie just put a single word on her timeline: shuffle. If you DM'd Coldy, he responded with, "It's crazy how many people are looking for the seed. I'm going to need 87,600 hours to get back to everyone." Clue included in message. So if you calculated the hours, it came to a decade, his seed word. Somebody got pretty far and made a spreadsheet. They got bored and decided to release it to everyone. I hope every crypto artist doesn't already hate me. Trevor Jones Art, Andres Riesinger, could you release a seed to help clear DMs everywhere? At this point, only a few days after announcement, the DMs and comments of so many crypto artists was blowing up, and they're all messaging me not having any idea of what's going on. Do you have a seed word twisted vacancy? Or is that just my colorful twisted fantasy? At this point, all the artists involved have been revealed in some way, and if you message Twisted Vacancy, they would reply with the word alert. Now the collectors step in. Axie King announces willingness to trade. This Axie King is a strong collector and res a loot. That res is a hint to Riesinger being Axie King's paired artist. In order, 1 to 4, top collectors. But who have they collected? So I've got 4 here: CuriousNFTs, VonMises, Jimmy, and Illustrator. With this clue, I give direct position order of these collectors. You just need to confirm which artists they have collected and their word to have a lot of info here. A couple of days earlier, Matt Kane Artist announced a reverse auction countdown. The auction was constantly reduced from high to low amount, and if it was unsold, he would release to everyone. It actually sold for near $5,000. I got a lot of heat for this one because people thought it meant they wouldn't be able to solve anymore. Did you know recovery seed phrase words must come from a BIP39 list? Here's 39 words. So this was teaching how wallet seed words work, and then I made a list below. If you cross-referenced all the words, you would discover only one word was in the BIP39 list: shuffle. But not only that, there was extra hidden hints within this list. If you went from the word beginning, it was 12 words before hitting shuffle. Each of these 12 words were in order and related to a seed word. So if you actually obtained a word, you would be able to use this checklist. More on that at the end. A YouTuber made a video about the puzzle and actually said one of the words in his video. A random commenter on my original video also describing the mechanics said the exact same word. You cross-reference those words and you find the word doll. Also, Ferocious dropped that clue a few times in Discord chats. Simultaneously, behind the scenes, people are trading, sharing, and selling information to each other to get ahead and getting nearer the answer. Trevor Jones decided to sell his word to the highest bidder, with all the funds going to Offsetra, a carbon offset service. This also ended up selling for around $5,000. Here are some top collectors in random order. Pablo, DCLBlogger, Goldtree, Axie King. This was getting more of the complete list of collectors out there. Pac dropped his hint, along with his collector, Goldtree, at the same time. The word was monitor. Coldy seed -2 equals Coldy position. So this meant decade or 10 -2 equals 8. The position of the word was 8th. It's important to know what artists like myself like. This is a clue to check what I like on Twitter. I doubled down on this message because I knew many people were getting real close because they were sending me their spreadsheets of information. If you looked on the tab of Twitter of my most recent likes, you would find this tweet. Who is the top crypto artist right now? It's obvious. If you looked at the account, it also had another clue. The Mike word is obvious. The word for Mike Winkleman, aka Beeple, was literally obvious. There was also another seed word, tuition, if you had found that account. At this point, I'd seen every word out there given back to me by different searchers in my DM, so I knew it was getting close. How many seed words and positions do you think would be needed to start brute forcing? Hinting to the fact that of this process of writing a script, you can discover a missing word or two by trying every combination with the existing words known. I knew this was a potential end play because I had done this myself with a previous treasure hunt puzzle. I hired someone from Pakistan $50 to write me a similar script. You know it's a hype drop when a candidate in an interview asked me what the seed phrase is. Tommy. He's a Nifty Gateway producer. Apparently, an interviewee was on the hunt and brave enough to ask during an interview. In the end, I decided to give the ultimate feedback of, I will offer a service for combination block. If you send me a list of seed words you have, if I see a word that is wrong, I will type wrong. This is for words only, not positions. 1 list per hour. Comment below for DM access. This definitely got people close. There were 3 different people with all positions and only 1 or 2 words missing. One of those users ultimately used a brute force script to check their missing word and found the NFT. March 6, it was discovered and transferred. I'll list all the words and artists and collectors involved in the puzzle in the description, but back to that list of word hints. Here were the actual words in order with their corresponding hint from that other list of words. So the first word was core. We got center. Next word, tuition, payday. Bean was munchkin. Obvious was clear. Soup drinking, alert, alarming, shuffle, deck, decade, tenacity, illegal, murder, surface, terrain, monitor, watch, doll, Barbie. And then we got to an actual word. Additionally, if you count 12 words backwards from the word closing on this list was actually another hint to the order of all the collectors. So starting with CuriousNFT, fungible, VonMises or Mises, mist, Jimmy, pry, Illustrator, maker, Basileus, Greek, Moca, patron, MetaKovan, hive, FAFA F0F0, grey, Pablo, Picasso, OhShinnny, metallic, Goldtree, precious, DCLBlogger, Decentraland. DCL stands for Decentraland. Decentral, sorry. All in all, an amazing effort throughout the weeks. I had a great time, and I was just as surprised as others to witness the twists and turns of events that happened. It created an immense amount of buzz around the space. It brought collectors and creators together to work together and had many actively participating with them and discovering new things, which was my initial goal, so I could not have been happier. The last function of the puzzle was the Keystone Block being discovered, ensuring that the top bidder of combination block was refunded their money, which is currently in process, rewarding both a top participant and a top collector in the space, which is what is needed to push this crypto art space forwards. Thank you all involved.